Hi, this is Jeanette Larson. Over the last 15 years, I've worked with people in therapy to help them create solutions to the problems that they have in their lives. The problem has been, most of the time, therapy is not what these people are needing. They're not mentally ill. They just need skills so that they can create the kind of life that they want to have. Therapy didn't supply that, and so I created Growth Unlimited. Growth Unlimited has a proprietary practice that helps people create the kind of life that they desire. That's what this presentation is all about. What is emotional intelligence, or EQ? There are three main components in each one of us that define how we function as an individual. The first component is known as our intelligence quotient, or IQ. Most of us think of this as a definition of how smart we are. In reality, IQ refers to our innate capacity and ability to gain knowledge to use in our lives. Each person has an individual capacity level. Very few of us ever reach that capacity. However, if we were to reach the capacity, it is believed that it could not be increased. The second component is personality. This refers to the traits that we each display in our lives that help us understand the world around us. This may include basic preferences of how we interact with our world, such as being introverted or extroverted. There are questions about whether or not we can actually change personality traits, because people have demonstrated that they can alter the behavior that they use. But it's widely believed that personality as well is hardwired at birth, and basic personality does not change. The third component is emotional intelligence, or EQ, and it is different. EQ refers to our level of awareness about why we do what we do and how our behavior affects our ability to function with others. EQ is often confused with personality and IQ. The major difference is that both personality and intelligence involve portions of the way we interact and are trait-driven, meaning the components cannot be significantly changed within the confines of our lives. However, EQ is behavior-driven and fluid. Things can be learned, and great changes in your emotional intelligence can be made. To understand how we interact with the world more clearly, let's discuss how we process information we receive. Information we get enters our brain through the spinal cord. This is the level where our basic intelligence comes into play. We receive and identify the information that is sent to us from outside of our brain. Next, the information enters the brain's limbic system. This portion of the brain processes emotions and feelings and is tied to our basic personality traits. Our IQ can come into play here to mediate our emotional response, but that is dependent on our level of self-awareness. Sometimes our emotional response floods the intelligence part of the process, and we may react to the situation in a way that we later regret because it doesn't truly serve what we want. After the information processed in the limbic system is sent to the cerebral cortex at the front of our brain. This area of the brain provides a higher level of functioning and is where our emotional intelligence, or EQ, takes over as we think rationally and make the choices that we need to effectively control our lives. Our EQ plays a large part in how we function. As we become more self-aware, we gather information and build skills to help us in every aspect of our lives. EQ is made up of two main areas, or competencies. These are identified as personal competence and social competence. They're not mutually exclusive. In order to be socially competent, you need to be personally competent. and your level of personal competence is affected by how you function in interacting with others. Personal competence is broken down into two skill areas. The first is self-awareness. In order to be personally competent, you must have self-awareness so you know what it is that you are doing. Secondly, it requires self-management. In order to be personally competent, you must be able to manage your behaviors. Self-awareness and self-management are not mutually exclusive. They work together. In order to manage your behaviors, you have to understand what is going on to create a need for the behavior in the first place. By the same token, as you learn to manage your behaviors, you increase your level of self-awareness. Having both self-awareness and self-management creates personal competency. The secret to social competence is having social awareness, which refers to having an awareness of why it is that other people do the things that they do when they are responding to something that you have done. This ties in to being able to manage the relationship, which is the second skill in social competence. Being able to manage your relationship allows you to use your self-awareness and your own personal management to determine how you are going to interact with other people. Here again, all of these things are not mutually exclusive. In order to have social competence, you need to be aware of why it is that people respond to you the way that they do, and you need to have the understanding of what you need to do to manage that relationship so it turns out to be a positive experience for both of you. Having social awareness allows you to understand why it is they are responding the way they are, and having personal awareness and personal management allows you to learn the skills that you need to have to manage the relationship. As you can see, personal competence and social competence work hand in hand. If you do not have the skills that you need in place to be personally competent, you do not have the capacity to reach out and be truly socially competent. Conversely, as you gain skills to help you be socially competent, it also increases your personal competence. The good news is, emotional intelligence can change. It's fluid. You're not limited with what you were given at birth. You can grow to whatever you want to be.
I'd like to announce a special beta version of our new masterclass, Learn How to Get Out of Your Box. It's a 6-week-long intensive program designed to help you gain greater self-awareness and increase your emotional intelligence as a way to control your life. The program consists of a comprehensive online course with weekly group coaching and mastermind sessions. Participants will be able to deepen their self-awareness, assess and significantly increase their emotional intelligence, learn to understand why they do the things they do and how to choose to be more effective and successful, define who they are and discover a new purpose in life, build skills to improve their relationships, and learn how to use effective communication in those relationships. Due to the intensive nature, participants who join once it's fully launched will pay $1,200 for the mastermind group experience. But to finalize market testing, Growth Unlimited is offering an opportunity to qualified individuals to help test it out by participating in our special beta program at no charge to you. All we ask is that you commit to complete the program as designed and give us your feedback about your experience each week, as well as complete a review of the program once it's over. If you'd like to participate in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and take control of your life, click the link below the video and fill out the application. Once we receive complete the application will contact you to interview to discuss your qualifications for success. Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you.